Here are all the new watch faces and updated watch faces in watchOS 9. Welcome everybody to Apple Insider. It is Andrew here, and you can find me on Twitter at Andrew_OSU. If you have not done so already, I implore you to please go ahead and subscribe and enable those notifications so you don't miss a single video. In this video, I have my Apple Watch, and it's been updated with watchOS 9, which is currently in developer beta. Everything that I cover in this video may change by the time watchOS 9 is fully released to the public, but this will give you a good idea of all of the new watch faces and updated watch faces that you can expect. Let's take a closer look. As is typically the case, Apple has highlighted its new watch faces here in the editing watch space of Apple Watch with watchOS 9. If we tap into new watch faces, Apple is highlighting many of its new additions, including Lunar, Metropolitan, and Playtime. Other faces that Apple is highlighting here include Portraits, as well as Astronomy. Now, both of those are existing watch faces, but I'm still going to come back to them later in the video. To start, we will highlight Apple's new faces, including Lunar, Metropolitan, and Playtime. Here is the new Lunar watch face. Apple says this depicts the relationship between the Gregorian calendar and the lunar calendar, basically a point in time where the moon phases were used to tell time and the dates and everything like that. If we go ahead and edit this watch face, we can choose which calendar we are using: the Islamic, the Hebrew, the Chinese. Chinese is here at the top. We can also choose between analog and digital time telling, depending on your preference. I am a fan of the analog for this one. And there are plenty of colors that you can choose between as your accent color. There is an addition to add more at the bottom, but a long laundry list of colors here towards the top. There are 4 complications you can choose from. These are the curved ones in the corner, which does mean some will not work in these corners, but they are still some of my favorite ones, and there's some really neat watch complications that you can choose to add. So 4 complications here on the new Lunar watch face. After Lunar, we have one called Playtime. Playtime is a new watch face that is a collaboration between Apple and artist Joy Fulton. If we go ahead and edit this, you can see we have several different colors to choose from for our background. Not as many as the Lunar or other watch faces, but still several different ones to choose from. There are no complications, so this is simply it. But it is a reactionary watch face, and you can actually tap on these little characters and they move around. They're kind of like plush or balloons, but they're just kind of floating along this background. It's kind of neat, kind of fun. So a very kid-friendly watch face. Finally, the last all-new watch face is this here, which is called Metropolitan. The Metropolitan may be my favorite of all the new watch faces. It is very cool. So we can choose different styles, which is the numbers and the ticks there in the center of your watch face, how much you see all the way up to all 12 characters, or if you just want to keep it simple with 6 and 12. Then you can choose the dial. There are several different dial options, all classically inspired, kind of traditional timepieces like this one here. And then we have colors that you can choose between, including gradient ones like this Pride Rainbow color. There are more monochromatic ones here towards the top. Several different options for you to choose from. Beyond that, we have 4 complications again in the corners. Apple's really highlighting these corner complications because I love that you have the dial and the number. So a couple of different pieces of information in those corner complications. So we have those here with the new Metropolitan watch face. As I mentioned, I want to highlight Apple's existing watch faces that Apple is touting as having been updated. One of those is this Astronomy face. So I'm going to go look at my existing Apple Watch with watchOS 8. I'm going to tap on Edit, and you can see the different modes that we have. So we do have a solar system view. We can go up. We have a view of the moon, and we have a view of Earth. So we'll just choose Earth, lock that one in. That is it. So you can kind of tap on it. You can move and spin the Earth around a little bit, a little funky. Stop giving me notifications. But that is how the Astronomy face works on the existing Apple Watch. So now if we go to the new Apple Watch, we can actually adjust the time. You can see that by spinning the digital crown. You can do that here too, adjusting the digital crown to adjust the time. But when we go into Edit, you can see we still have Earth, Moon, in the middle, and the solar system. There's also a new option for random that'll choose between all three. You'll also notice how much more detailed these views are. I mean, just looking at the Earth view, it is so much more intricate and updated in the new version of watchOS 9. They just look so much nicer. So aside from those three models, we can also have different styles. So there's full version as well as this zoomed in kind of random version. So it'll go to different places on the globe. So if we jump into that, there it is. So it's highlighting right there. It is very cool to see how it jumps in there. If we go back to the editing screen, tap on edit, we can go to font. So we have new font options to choose from for the font above. And then we have those styles we already looked at, and then complications, one for above and one for below. So that is the new updated astronomy face here inside of watchOS 9. By the way, it still works. If you tap on the Earth there, it zooms out and I can move it around and look at anywhere where it's sunlight, daylight, or nighttime is the other one I'm thinking of, but it's much more smooth to move around. And then you still have the ability to adjust the time and see how the light is affecting the Earth at different points. It is super cool. I love this new astronomy watch face. Lastly, Apple is touting the portrait face as new. What is really new here is that the portraits face now works with pet faces as well, so they can overlap the time just like that sample image. Again, you do need to add this face though from your iPhone, so I can do that in just a moment. Here's the new portraits face. I'm going ahead and added some photos of my animals. Going to tap on add and add this to my Apple Watch. Again, it will work with pet photos as well as human portraits with watchOS 9. So here is the face with our pet photos added. You can see you have that nice zoom in effect. If you want to see the subject of your photo, you're doubling, taking a little nap, you can tap it to refresh to new faces, zoom in a little bit if I'd like, and it fades out the text there. Really nice. I'm glad they updated this to bring out that subject. You can see how that subject comes up away from the background. Just zooms in on Oliver here, such a good cat. But yeah, this is the updated portrait face with watchOS 9. The modular compact watch face, as well as a few others, have been updated. So immediately going to edit this and it's just style, color, complications. But now you have this option for background, whether on or off. So I can turn on a background, then I get into the watch changes there, then I get into the colors before getting into the complications. So there's several new options here. There's these really great gradients. I love this red one, is probably my favorite. There's the pride one, the rainbow one we showed off at the beginning. Then there is this clover color, awesome abyss blue, a few others. These are really amazing looking gradients, as well as your solid colors that you can scroll through. So it's nice to see new background colors coming to the modular face, but it also works with this modular compact, modular, and XL. So that's it. Those are all the new faces and the updated faces coming to Apple Watch as part of watchOS 9. Let me know what you think and what your favorite new face is down below in the comments, or better yet, let me know on Twitter at Andrew_OSU. And stay tuned. I have a lot more videos coming your way.